The North American pragmatist philosopher John Dewey, arguably the most influential educational thinker in the 20th century, put forward the idea that the aim of education should be to provide students with the skills to lead the most fulfilling life possible. It was not about obedience and discipline. It was not even about providing the skills for taking one's place in the workforce. Although Dewey did consider gainful employment as an important objective, largely because it made people feel valued and worthwhile. For Dewey, what educators should do is, first of all, identify each child's unique potentials, both in their physical, the intellectual, and in the aesthetic spheres. They should also encourage the habit of learning itself, to encourage students to see life's problems as challenges to be solved, often in collaboration with others. This would encourage them to see that human beings needed each other. Dewey also argued that students should be encouraged to think seriously about the world that they shared with others, to see their own private troubles as never just that, but rather as public concerns that they shared with other people. This, he suggested, would be good for both the student themselves and for democracy, because democracy required citizens that were prepared and capable of engaging in debates over matters of public concern. In the 1920s, Dewey, in conjunction with Ella Flagg Young, established the Chicago Laboratory School at Chicago University. This was designed to put some of his teaching principles into practice. Here, teachers were encouraged to build bridges between the curriculum and the life experiences and interests of their students. Dewey had no problem with the curriculum of his time. He felt that this embodied a vast history of human beings solving problems. What he did have a problem with was the way it was taught, that it tended to be taught abstractly, that it was placed into history books and therefore removed from the living contexts in which it had vitality and usefulness. Accordingly, Dewey argued that the curriculum needed to be made more relevant to the interests and the life experiences of the students themselves. If they saw that the knowledge that they were acquiring was useful, well, then they would value it far more as having a bearing on the practical activities that they were engaged in every day. So, for example, students would be taught about geography through the practice of growing a garden, where they would be encouraged to consider the soil and the impact this had on the plants, as well as the weather. Accordingly, they were picking up knowledge of the local geography.